I defend myself.
I don't defend my.
Don't only sit around the house with the turning on the TV and creating memories. Literally.
As you are aware, say, and I were.
The other is seated outside on the back porch, eating breakfast that day. The tournament of your dreams is now a reality. And you've been going through it for a few days. How does it feel? How has it been operated?
How?
Do you believe it's Oprah?
Destroyed.
The cruelty of Alexandra Eala. The 8-word response ruins the song. The internet. Tennis, get your popcorn. Supporters since the tea were pouring. The music is boiling right now, and there is a feud that no one saw. Arriving. Greetings from champions again. Tennis and music are your primary sources. For everything to swing on and off the
court.
We are delving deeply into a headline that is totally broken. Social media, generational divides, and departed from all sports, music, and the entertainment industry is in disbelief. Lifted off the ground. We are discussing the Titans' final battle. In a single corner, we have the unchallenged queen of media, a multi-billionaire businessman who has influenced cultural discussions for Oprah Winfrey decades. In the alternative corner, we have the emerging princess of tennis in the Philippines, a Gen Z powerhouse with a potent baseline game, is presently music only surpassed by her enormous, indisputable viral impact. Alexa, you would assume that these two amazing women would be supporting each other. Other up in some opulent, well-known interview regarding the empowerment of women, but
no.
Rather, they are presently locked. Is one of the most brutal, open, and profoundly personal verbal battles we have ever seen in contemporary pop history of culture. Music and everything resulted in the renowned 8-word microphone drop from Alex that has the full online bias. To truly recognize the scope of this nuclear fallout, we must examine how this, in fact, unprecedented drama began. Alexandra Eala has been incredibly dominant. The recent headlines. Indeed, her tennis is amazing. She attends the Rafa Nadal Academy. Prodigy who achieved a junior Grand Slam heritage and a music work ethic that a Spartan would be envious. However, her star power has now surpassed the entire sport. She's turning into a worldwide brand, a style symbol, and a social media sweetheart, music, and a well-known her generation's voice. Each time she enters the court and exits on a red carpet, or provides an update with music online, there are millions of viewers sharing and liking. Her matches are turning into enormous spectacles, attracting crowds want more than simply the best spin music, forehands, but for the intense electric. She has a certain vibe in the arena. Stadiums that were once half full are now sold out. During music hours, Alexandra Eala's the draw sheet has your name on it. The sponsors are making a call. Companies are lining up. Periodicals are covering her.
She isn't
no longer merely a tennis player. She's a motion. And it seems that this enormous the music in the spotlight didn't set well with all of them, because suddenly Oprah Winfrey used social media to post an article that is quite shocking, aiming directly at the young tennis player. Feeling. The article appeared to be a heat-seeking missile designed and surgical music was used to launch accuracy. Oprah wrote, I've been observing Alexandra Eala take center stage in the news. And let's music be honest, it's not due to her outstanding tennis skills.
Talent.
The excitement around her stems from her persona, her viral appeal, music, and the spectacle of her ascent, not from true talent. I've invested decades constructing dialogues that inspire and bring people together.
Although she has
become a representation of distraction, chaotic emotions, and news that feed music off controversy rather than. In other words, being loved is not the same as having a significant influence. She might be everywhere at the moment, but history recollects depth rather than noise. Let's just take a moment to reflect as a group. Breath music, as that wasn't a mild criticism. That was an absolute character assassination by one of the. Oprah is one of the world's most powerful women. Basically accused a person in their 20s. Athlete of putting fame before. Four hands, music substance over style, and obscure persona. For Oprah to come out and say that Alex's ascent is music based on emotional turmoil and diversion instead of her taxing practice court hours are a shocking charge. Consider what. For a little while, Alexandra Eala departed. Her residence in the Philippines as a adolescent traveled the world via air. Enrolled in the esteemed Rafa Nadal Academy in Spain and started the violent, lonely, unstable financial situation of. She was a professional tennis player who lost games. She was hurt, and she sobbed on distant courts. Fled her house. She struggled to. The ITF circuit fought through qualification rounds and obtained each a single ranking point using the effort of her own eyebrows. Oprah referred to that
Noise.
The internet erupted in an instant, similar to a server that recently got a billion pings at once. Fan bases clashed on all platforms. Articles were published quickly.
Sports.
Journalists offered their opinions. Entertainment. Columnists expressed their thoughts. Former athletes. Everyone waited as music took sides, eagerly anticipating whether Alex's PR team would publish a standard for music, watered-down corporate apology intended to avoid upsetting the television during the day.
10.
There are many youthful athletes in history who gave in to the pressure of strong detractors who discreetly issued declarations made by attorneys and agents, exhausting all the truth and fire out of the present. But if you are aware anything regarding Alexandra Eala, and if you have observed her participate in tiebreaks in Grand Slam qualification or battle through clashes in 3 sets in the hot outdoors conditions, as you're already aware that she resists giving in to powerful opponents, regardless of whether she is going back 100 miles, our service, or handling a. The mechanism for billionaires' shade is just the same. She squares up, she locks in, and she retaliates. Alex did not wait for her supervisors to create a. She didn't sleep on it. It was a safe response. She didn't seek advice from a publicist or run the terms by a committee of corporate handlers. She retaliated immediately, using her own platforms to give a masterclass in standing your ground with poise, wisdom, and devastating emotional accuracy. The reaction was direct, passionate, and brutal. Right to the core, Alex wrote, "Miss, I've never sought celebrity, Oprah. I've only attempted to be truthful about my experience and assist individuals from the same difficult locations that I visited. Are you paying attention to me? It's not about turmoil. Music, it comes from years of hardship, diligence, and community endeavors, and actual individuals who observe themselves along the way. As you concentrated on motivating audiences, I centered on preserving dreams, boosting the shattered, and demonstrating that the chance is actual. Regardless of your origins, it's not illegal to be visible.
Ma'am, it's
what transpires when you speak from your scars and attempt to transform your suffering into for a reason.
Whoa. Whoa.
Allow music to unravel the immense genius and the emotional weight of Alex's defense in this situation, because it draws attention to a huge cultural and generational gap that extends well beyond tennis. She was constructed by Oprah Empire during a time when the media was carefully chosen, refined, and managed from the top down. You had to receive an invitation to the couch to speak. A publicist had to present you to a producer. Your story had to be approved by an executive. The gatekeeper was Oprah herself, the Validator, the person who determined which tales were deserving of being heard and which didn't. However, Alex Eala stands for a completely different generation of athletes who have really embraced democracy. Personal stories. No need for a couch, no. No studio is needed, but a publicist is. She directs the camera on her phone at her face, expresses herself honestly, and shares it on millions, and the entire globe reacts.
When
Alex talks on overcoming difficult locations and concentrating on preserving dreams. She is not using cliches when she speaks.
this
Is a young lady who bears the athletic aspirations of a whole developing the country on her shoulders. They publish music about their exhaustion. They exchange their community and off-court passions. Activism. On camera, they sob and don't. I'm sorry. For Alex, utilizing her viral persona to finance grassroots programs for tennis in the Philippines, or 2. Speaking up for young people who are disadvantaged is not a diversion from her tennis game. It is the primary motivation behind her tennis participation in the first position in music, and causing agony to turn into purpose struck a profound chord with her millions of fans, which the hashtag pain into action right away began to trend globally, totally taking over Oprah's chat, attempted to begin and completely rewrite it, according to Alex's terms. However, the cherry on top, in addition to this drama, on Sunday the lone, a genuinely shocking moment, via the stratosphere and ensured this conflict will always be in the pop. The last line was Culture Hall of Fame of Alex's answer, following her eloquent, intense, damaging emotionally. In support of her travels, Alex did not leave it up for discussion. She didn't conclude with a question mark or a courteous, an olive branch. She put the book away with an 8-word musical message so deadly, incredibly well-made, and indisputable, savage in the ease with which it received millions of likes right away, music and retweets, and thunderous backing from supporters and other athletes on all platforms in existence. The 8 words